Where'd Brenden go?
I don't know, dude. I'm hiding.
Well, I'm live.
I'm hiding like my whole life, man. I do art in the hills of Bend inside Pilot Butte. And then I ship it out by carrier lizard.
I'm just worried that it's gonna be kind of echoey in here.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah, it's kind of echoey. It was echoey though in the breezeway, the last two interviews I did too. Because we were in the breezeway.
What do you edit the video with?
iMovie.
Okay. I don't know if there's like audio presets or that you can.
Did it sound too like low
No.
when you're watching it on your phone or
I
whatever?
thought it was good.
Okay, so yeah, this is actually a really good. I thought it was gonna sound low too, but it came out okay.
What brand is that mic?
It's a Rode. I mean, it was like $80.
Yeah, that's the one I have too, I think.
Yeah, they had bigger ones, but I didn't want to get a bigger one. Just feel like this is good for now.
It's better than the onboard mic, so.
Then the what?
Yeah, like the one that the camera comes with, because it just like picks up everything.
Oh, really?
Like that's like directional, so it's gonna be
Yeah, yeah. It's been working out pretty good.
nice.
All right, you guys ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, who are you?
My name is Brenden Loscar. I am a graphic designer and illustrator.
All right. So what's up, man?
Nothing much. Hanging out in this cool apartment.
You like it?
It's very minimal.
It is right now.
It's pretty sleek.
That's kind of how I want to keep it, actually.
No, I think it's better. Less stuff to clean.
Yeah.
Less things to dust.
We'll just have like one couch and then like a coffee table and then maybe not even a TV in
A
here.
bearskin rug, and you're good.
And bearskin rug. That's it.
Yeah, polar bear. Exotic animals.
I know you got expensive taste.
Yeah, I'm not talking about us.
Well, we're actually gonna try to get a grizzly bear flown in
Nice.
from Alaska.
That sounds expensive, but
That shot over this summer.
okay. You wrestled it?
Yeah, but that's in the works. You know?
Okay, alright.
Anyway, so you were saying that when you met Brenden, he wasn't doing graphic design. Or?
Well, you know, like, first of all, like, where are you from? Where you?
Grew up in Salem,
Salem?
so in the valley.
You went to school there? Is that where your family's from and everything?
Yeah, whole family's from Salem.
What school did you go to?
For graphic design, I went to Shemeka, which is a community college, and at the time, all my friends were going to, or not all my friends, but I heard of people going to the Art Institute or Portland State, and I almost went there, but dude, it's so expensive. I was just like, can't do that.
Yeah.
So I just did graphic design there, and it worked out. Like they have decent teachers and stuff. So
what's how many years did you go there?
So I did 2 years of my actual program in 1 year, just like doing all my prereqs out of the way, all the core classes. And then usually it's a 3-year program, but I just like fast tracked it and did it in 2, just so I could get it done.
Just get it done.
And like find a job and start making money actually.
So did you find a job right away?
No, dude. After I graduated, it was hard, man. Like they kind of build you up with this mentality that, oh yeah, I'm good. Like I'm gonna go out and find a job and I'll be fine, you know. But like I remember our last day, we had a portfolio show.
Yeah.
And everybody brings out their stuff, and you know, like you got your business cards and your fancy shirt, and you like think you're all cool, and you got potential like people that are going to hire you coming around.
Yeah.
And then like after that, you go from being like, oh yeah, I'm good, just to like waiting around and like, okay, why am I not getting any calls? Like, does anybody like this portfolio? Is this good work? So I went for 6 months without anything. Like no one called me. I reached out to people, email, try and set up interviews, but just got nothing out of it. So it was rough, and I was like, dang, am I just terrible or what? Do I even keep doing this?
Is that where it kind of hits you? Like, this is the real world, and this is
kind of, yeah. Because I mean, up to that point, you're just in school, and so you're in school mode. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll be fine.
Anything's possible, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still anything's possible, but then you come into the reality of, all right, I have to do some serious work to make anything be possible.
Right.
So from there, that's why I moved to Bend, because I think there's just more going on creatively, like more community around art and just people understand like the need for design, whereas Salem is, I don't know, they're kind of stuck in their ways, I guess.
Yeah.
You're from Salem?
Yeah.
So that's how you know Jonesy?
I don't actually never met him before.
Oh.
I just saw him on Instagram,
Oh, word.
and I was like, oh, this guy's from Salem?
Yeah, he's from Kaiser.
I was
Just
like,
telling me.
alright, that's dope. Yeah. Like, that's the thing about Salem is I feel like everybody's kind of like in their own spaces. They don't ever cross paths that much. Or Bend, maybe because it's a small town or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, I think people are more involved and integrated into what's going on. So I know a lot more people in Bend that do art and paint and just are creative in general than I ever did in Salem.
Mm.
So, like, it's just a cool place to be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so tell us when you first came to Bend, what were you expecting and what were you able to tell right away that maybe you weren't expecting, you know?
Well, the whole reason that I moved over here is I read an article in, I think like Fast Company or something like that, and it said that Bend was the #1 entrepreneurial city in the U.S. And I've already been over here growing up. Like my grandma would take me over here, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool spot." I go to Mount Bachelor and ski and stuff. But after I read that, I was like, "Okay, like maybe I could come here and start something from the ground up and like get my footing, I guess, as far as being in the design world." It was hard. It was a lot of work to get actually my foot in the door.
Basically, that's what you're doing now. You started from scratch and you're just kind of moving on up.
Yeah.
You're still on this, you know, now you're making money doing what you love doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you love doing that. I see you drawing every day pretty much. But I know it wasn't always like that. Like it took you a long time to get where you're at right now.
For sure.
Yeah, so tell us about that journey. Tell us how it was when you came here and tell us how you were able to make money out of your hobby, your childhood hobby and stuff, your passion.
So I actually got pretty lucky because my cousin was dating someone that worked at a magazine over here.
Oh.
And I kind of just got introduced to him, and I would like go hang out with him, go camping and stuff, and like bring my portfolio with me and be like, "Hey man, like, you got a second? Like, check out my stuff." You know, because I don't know where I'm gonna, you know, meet someone has that connection or something.
Right.
So eventually, I had been in talks with him, and I never was guaranteed anything. I was just at the point where I didn't want to live at home anymore and go to, like, that's where I've been at doing community college. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna move to Bend and just figure it out. And so once I got over here, the guy didn't even promise me anything. Like, I was just showing him my stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it looks good."
Yeah.
So I just came over here and I was like, all right, well, I don't have anything set up.
Yeah.
So I got seasonal jobs. I was working at Target, World Market, and then I did research on a company called 541 Threads.
Mm-hmm.
That was a t-shirt company in Bend downtown for a project in school. So I actually, when I came here, I went and talked to those guys, and I was like, "Hey, you know, I just moved here. Do you do internships? Is that something I could, you know, get involved with?" So they've actually never done one, and I think I was the first and only intern they ever had.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just like a foot in the door. I was like, okay, I'm actually doing something. Granted, I was working for free and just like spending all my extra time, but it was just a way to get involved. So I was doing Target, World Market, the t-shirt company, internship, and then slowly I started talking to the guy that I met from the magazine, and so that slowly turned into an internship. Like, I had to go there, meet with them, and basically do a project, like spec work, and say, "Oh, can you redesign this website for us?" I'm like, "All right, I'll do it." You know, like, I don't know what's gonna happen from it, but I gotta get a job somehow.
Right.
So I do that, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we like your stuff. We want to bring you on." So now I have 2 part-time jobs and 2 internships, and I'm just like juggling all that stuff, trying to make it work. And I wasn't getting paid for either of the internships. I was just kind of in hopes that I would, you know, get enough skills or get enough like relationships with people that I would get into a position where I could actually make money from it.
Right.
So,
But as an artist, that's kind of how it goes. You kind of have to
yeah.
basically work for free and show your stuff, showcase your stuff so people can notice. That's how you got noticed in this case. You know, so. And who are you working for now? What are you doing now?
I work for a marketing company called Inbound Fit. So we do graphic design and web design for fitness companies.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a really small team. It's awesome. And we just work with fitness clubs across the country. So in Boston, Philadelphia, Seattle, California, just like all these different places. And like they're pretty decent sized clubs.
Right.
But yeah, we small team.
What do you do? What do you do there?
Design. So, well, I do a lot of different stuff, but mainly graphics for the web pages, print graphics. So if they have flyers that go out in the surrounding neighborhoods, banner design. So it's a lot of advertising too.
Mm-hmm.
So I design the web pages. I do a lot of copywriting. So like, let's say I design a new web page. I have to find a way to make it interesting, like grab the people's attention. And so when I worked at the magazine, I did a lot of making ads that go in the magazine. So I was always thinking about like, okay, how do I make a title that's catchy?
Sellable.
Yeah, like so like it's gonna catch your attention and it's gonna make sense, like have context to the content of the ad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of what I'm doing too, is kind of taking what I learned from the magazine and like kind of like weaving it into what I do in the marketing side and design side of the work for these clubs.